Okay, good morning. Happy July 2nd. Um, let's talk about the day first. So I have to work at the library again, but it's a very weird shift from 3 to 5, which is so weird. Like, that's not normally anything I've ever worked. No, 2 to 5. So 3 hours. And this morning, I have my standard meeting that I have every Tuesday morning on Zoom. And then I have a big gap in here in between my meeting. It's over at 10 and then work starts at 2. And then I'm done at 5 again tonight, which is weird. So anyway, what I'm hoping to get done in between there is editing day one's video. That will happen for sure. So that will be posted tomorrow. And then I filmed a Sims video yesterday, and it requires 2 levels of editing. First, I edit the audio portion, and then I edit the video portion. I can go into more depth on that if that's something that you're interested in hearing about. And then I go to work, and then after work, I'm going to do any book things that need to be done. Last night, when I finished Jade City over here, I immediately added the next book that I want to read. That way, I'm always staying a little bit ahead of myself because I want to read The Body Farm after War and Millie McGonigal. Oh my gosh. That's going to be the order that I'm going to go in. So I'm reading The Body right now just for the Litwits readathon. It will not count for the Battle of the Bands because it's too short, but I need a book that was made into a movie. And so it does count. It's long enough. It's almost 200 pages. So it does count for turned into a movie. You know what? If it's almost 200 pages, it should count for Battle of the Bands, but I never put it in anywhere over here. It just occurred to me that it would count. But I think I like the way I have everything right now, and I don't want to go in and start erasing and moving and all that stuff. So I'm going to say it's fine. Anyway, that's the one I signed up. Oh, yeah. I forgot how my hair looks. I literally threw this thing on my head today when I first got up, and I didn't even do anything else to my hair. You guys saw yesterday I bought the color, but I've not used it yet. Let me pull this down so you can't see the gray on my hair. Like you all don't know it's there. I showed it to you all the time, or I show it to you all the time. So anyway, what I'm going to do right now, I have about 13 minutes before my meeting this morning. I made my coffee. That's all I've had so far. I'm not going to lie. I really, really wanted a soda. That's usually what I do first thing in the morning is get a soda. And so I really wanted to get one this morning. And I was like, we're going to do coffee and we're going to do like all the non-soda things first, see how I'm feeling, and then we'll decide. That second soda yesterday, I think it gave me like indigestion or something, which is not something that I normally have, but I felt like, I don't know, bubbly when it was time to go to bed last night after that drink. However, I did not go to bed, which is one of the reasons why I am like all over the place and feeling tired this morning. I actually pulled my Fitbit up so we could look at this. I am not going to get to check this off my list. I got 4 hours and 5 minutes of sleep last night, which is not good. My sleep score was 74, which is also not good. So I know part of it is that I was reading a book. Like it's one of my reread books that I just reread sometimes because I already know what's happening. It's on audio. And usually I don't feel like staying up and listening to more and more and more because I'm like, I already know what's happening. But for some reason last night I was like, oh, I want to get to this part. And oh, I can get to this part. I literally read on my phone until my battery died. And because you can see I have wired headphones, I can't charge my phone and read at the same time. So I just had to go to sleep at that point, which was at 2:45 a.m. And then I had to get up at 7:30 to get ready for this 8 o'clock meeting. So I was not kind to myself last night. So I'm going to try to do better tonight and be more kind to myself tonight. and we'll see how it goes. I think I was also like excited that I had done the 500 pages in one day, reading the 500 page book in one day. And so there was that like keeping me, I don't know, excited. So I don't know, but that's where I am right now. And my plan, I don't know how I accidentally put stuff in here, but my plan is every time I finish something, I'm going to put the next thing down below it so that I will always be a little bit ahead. Now, as far as the body goes, it was made into a movie called Stand By Me. And the story of the body is a group of friends that are hanging out. I'm pretty sure it's 1960. Like, I'm pretty sure he said it's 1960. And they're hanging out in Derry, Maine, where if you've read any Stephen King, a lot of his books take place there. And one of the friends was like, hey, you want to go see a dead body? And that is what kind of starts this whole adventure. And that's where I am right now. Also, I'm at the part where they're all hanging out and one of the friends just said, do you want to see a dead body? So it's been forever since I've watched Stand By Me. And I'm thinking that I'm going to get my kids and see if they want to watch it with me after we read the book or after I finish the book. My husband just read it for maybe not the first time, but he just read it recently because I own a physical copy of it. And then I took it to somebody at the library and let them borrow it. So I don't have my own physical copy now as I'm reading it, but it's totally fine. So that is my update for the morning to kick off this vlog. I'm going to do my meeting, do my admin time. I'm going to eat during my meeting, probably that same egg meat mixture that I had yesterday, but I'm thinking about when I heat it up, I'm going to I have little small tortillas. I think I'm going to put it in those tortillas. And then after the meeting, I'm just going to be editing some stuff and I'll check in periodically to see how much of the body I get read today. And my physical book, I did not read one page yesterday. So I'm hoping that this is going to get used today. My plan now, since I didn't read my 20 minutes yesterday, is I need to read 40 minutes today. So I'm going to set my timer at 40 minutes and then I will check back in as much as I can with this one. So anyway, that's it. I'm going. We'll see you guys later. Okay, it is later than I normally like to eat breakfast, but I didn't really get hungry during the meeting this morning. So I'm going to eat. There's 40 minutes on my clock, and I'm going to read this book and eat my breakfast, which is the same thing I was going to eat, the eggs with the tortillas. And then I'll just see what that does for lunch. I might end up eating lunch at like 1:30 right before I go into work. And then when I get off work, my husband is cooking tonight some kind of cubed steak and gravy stuff with either rice or mashed potatoes. I'm not sure. And then some vegetable that he'll pick. But he's cooking tonight, not my job. So I think I'm going to fix that for breakfast, sit down and read and eat because I'm a little bit ahead. I didn't have as many admin things to do. So it is 10:15 and I'm free until 11 o'clock. So I don't quite have 40 minutes to read, but I have almost 40 minutes. So that is what I'm going to be doing. Also, my dad and I do the Connections game, and I've made it through one. I have gotten one section so far today, and I'm out of guesses, and I do not know what is going to be on there. Like, there's so many that go together, but then I don't know what else they go with. Like caveat and ergo kind of go together because it's like it means something else. But then also, what is Vox? So then I'm thinking, what if it's an animal with the first letter changed? Because it could be fox, or I need to look up what Vox is. And then we have arcade and numbers. Then we have fixed. So fixed, frozen, and I thought there was one more that was like stuck. You know, if something's frozen or it's fixed in place. But those are the only two that go with that. And I'm like, why can I only find two of everything? Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye. Okay, so in the middle of that, my son called and he has to go into work early. So he still has a little bit of time before he has to go. So I'm not going to look at this while I'm doing my breakfast. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and plug my phone up. Here's my charger. I'm going to plug my phone up and I'm not even going to have it in there with me. I am going to make sure the ringer's on though in case somebody calls. But I'm not even going to take my phone to the table because I know what I'll do. So I'm taking my book, Arrows of the Queen, and my timer and my breakfast, and I'm going to eat and read. Okay, I just finished chapter 1. I have 17 minutes left of my 40 minutes that I had to read for today. So I'm about to go back in there and start editing the video for tomorrow, what I did yesterday. I'm going to edit that, and then I'm going to edit the Sims video that I did. Do you guys see my flower right outside my window? When I woke up this morning, it was on the ground. It got blown over last night, which I was a little concerned about because we do get a lot of wind here, as you can see. I wanted to show you also, I'm sitting here with the dogs, and Skeeter's ears are flapping because of the wind blowing them. There they go. I'm like, as soon as I said that, they stopped doing it, but yeah, the wind is blowing her ears, and she does not care because she likes the wind. Anyway, this book is adorable. So we have our little girl who just turned 13 years old, and apparently the men have a lot of wives in this world, and her mother died, but her father has a lot of wives. And so those wives are like, they called her into a meeting and they were like, hey, you're 13. It's time for you to get married. I don't know why I took this off my hair. Now I have to put it back. But anyway, and she was like, I don't want to get married. I want to be a herald. And they're like, this is what happens when you let people read. When you let girls learn how to read and do sums. They're like, she should be doing nothing. She's 13 years old, by the way. Today, it's her 13th birthday. And the woman was like, you can get married. You should be able to have a baby by next year. You've already had your courses for over a year at this point. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So anyway, I feel like she's about to run away. And maybe she's going to get to be a herald. I mean, I feel like that's the way it's going. Then I'm also listening to The Body by Stephen King. That's the one I'm reading for all my readathons. I do think I'm going to add this book in when I finish it, just because I'm sure it'll fit a prompt somewhere. But anyway, The Body, the boys have now decided, or they've set up we're going to pretend to be camping here, but we're actually going to go find the body, because the boy who asked him if they wanted to go see it, he heard his brother and his brother's friend talking about the fact that they had seen it when they had stolen a car. And that's how they found the body. So they were like, we can't tell the police because the police are going to want to know how we got all the way out there without a car. So he overheard that conversation, and now he and his friends are about to go find the body. They think it's the body of a boy who went missing. And according to the brother and his friend, the boy got hit by a train, so he must look awful. So anyway, that's where we are in that book. They're headed out there to do that. So I'm going to listen to that for just a little bit while I empty the dishwasher, and then I'm going to get over and start editing. Okay, I still don't know what's wrong with my microphone. It's very annoying. It's the same microphone I used all the time. And now it's like, no, we're going to be very, very quiet. So it doesn't even matter. Like, I have it turned all the way up. It still doesn't matter. It's like, we're still going to be very quiet. And I don't like it at all. And so I thought maybe I was using the wrong microphone. But no, this is the microphone right in front of my face. And it's still, I have to put it right here, even to make it go up any. Otherwise, it just stays really low. I finished reading the rest of my time on here. Now this is telling you what time it is. It's 1:10. I have work today at 2 o'clock. I am officially on chapter 3 in this book. I love it. This little girl is about to get to go be a herald. I'm like, what? Anyway, So we're going to find out. I mean, could you not tell from the cover of the book? She definitely has this companion horse. His name is Roland. Makes me think about the Dark Tower. Anyway, so I'm done with that book for the day. The body, let's talk about that for a second. Up to now, we have not had anybody in the present. And now all of a sudden, I do not know what chapter I'm on because I'm reading it as part of the different seasons group thing because I had the original book, which I might pick up again today at the library. But anyway, then I can follow along for the rest of the day. We will see. But anyway, we're now in the present tense where it is Gordy as an adult, and he went back and read this story of him that he wrote, like an alternate reality of him where his name is Chaco or something. I was like, this is the dumbest thing. Could we please go find the dead body? That was a whole unnecessary tangent that we just went on. And now Gordy is apparently an adult. He's got gray hair and he's talking about when they went and found the body. So now I'm like, what is happening in this book? So anyway, my mom's calling me. I'll talk to you later. Well, I'm on my way to work and I'm going in here. So, I'm at the drive-thru. Let's see if I can get out of here in 15 minutes and get to the library. But I did not plan my meals very well. I don't know if y'all have had this situation, but things just kind of kept piling on. In the last 30 minutes before I left, I got 2 phone calls about things. One of them, my brother is having semi-emergency surgery today. And then I got a call about another family member who was having a bit of a panic attack moment, and I just needed to chat with them for a little while through that. And so anyway, now it's 15 minutes till work starts and I have not eaten anything for lunch. That's not true. I had some Bugles, those old chips at my house. There were some left from earlier, and so I grabbed some of those at around 12 and ate those. That was not a meal, and I'm not going to eat again until 5 o'clock. And so the toddler in my brain said, hey, let's drive through before we go to work. So I'm doing it. Anyway.
Have a good day.
Thanks, you too. Okay. I have to be at work in 8 minutes. I'm 1 minute from the library, so that gives me 7 minutes to eat my sandwich. Okay, so I'm home from work. Django wants to come sit with me. And I'm about to read more of The Body. I'm getting really close to finished with it. But I thought I want to do a little crochet project. And I want to just use this one ball. It's called Charisma Yarn. 109 yards. It's bulky, and I need a size 11 or 8 millimeter crochet hook. So I have come over here to Ravelry, and this is the best way for me to find something that I want to do. So if I just want to use this one ball, it's not a ball, a skein of yarn. It's made by Loops and Threads, so I can literally search Loops and Threads Charisma if I spelled it correctly. So these are all projects that was made with the Loops and Thread Charisma yarn. So I would like to do not a scarf. Well, I kind of want to do like a shawl thing maybe. So over here to the side, I'm going to tell them that I only want crochet and that I only want free things because I don't want to do one of those. And then I can tell it that I only want... See, it's got the yardage over here, and mine is 109 yards, so I want 0 to 150 yards. And then here we go, back up to the top. So we do have a Charisma Cowl, which might be kind of nice. That one's got buttons on it, though. I don't necessarily want to do that. This is an iPad mini sleeve, like you can put your iPad into. I don't want to make hats, so I'm skipping the hats. I made a million hats when I first started crocheting, and I don't want to do those. Here's an ear warmer. Oh, a chunky twisted ear warmer, but I really like this quick and easy infinity cowl. I don't love how it looks. Oh, you can't see it anyway. I don't love how this picture looks, but usually there are other pictures where people have done this pattern, and I do not see that here. So let's go back. Keep looking. This one is kind of a larger neck warmer, and it is really soft. It doesn't feel soft, but it's not scratchy. It feels really nice. So I really want to, this one is just a headband. I could make my own headband. Oh, I really like the slouchy hats. Even though I said I didn't want to make a hat. Okay, chain link cowl. I think I'm going with this one. I love how this looks. Let's see. It says 1 ball of loops and thread charisma will make this pattern with 8mm crochet hook. Perfect. And it's a free Ravelry download. So it goes here. Free pattern courtesy of Caroline Holloway Hublet. And I just download the PDF. I also want to add it to my library so that if I like it and I want to come back and do it again, I have it here. So here is the pattern, and I've got 1 ball of this, 8mm hook. All I have to do is chain, skip a stitch, double crochet, slip stitch, and do it in the round. So perfect. This is literally it. We have 11 repeat rounds 4 through 11. We repeat round 3, and then that's it. Fasten off and sew in the ends. So I'm going to listen to my book while I make this cowl. I have this much left from my ball of yarn, and here it is. It looks like this. So let me take my headphones off. So you just put it like this, and then you have a nice little cowl to keep you warm in the winter. Okay, I kind of like this. Like, I can wear it as a little, I definitely need to make earmuffs then, because it should be like half of that. Yeah, like that. I think that's what I'm going to do next, but whoops. Oh well. I'm done for right now, and I'm going to go actually sit in the chair and finish the book. I don't have very much left, and it is almost 8 p.m., so I'm going to go sit in the recliner and finish the body. They've almost made it to the body, which I now realize is the whole point of the book. They're on their way to the body, and they're about to get there. So anyway, then I'm going to enter everything in the computer that goes along with the book and then see which book is next. Okay, remember how I said I didn't sleep much last night? I'm getting tired. It's 9:45. I'm about to go upstairs and lay down on the bed. I finished the body, so I do need to mark that on. This is where I'm tracking my lit width, and the body is the one that was turned into a movie. So I'm going to go enter that so that they can use my stuff for the team stats, because I signed up to read the team round of Made into a Movie. So I'm going to do that. I'm not counting it for Battle of the Bands. I also can't count it on this one, the Herkyed, because it's a reread for me. And so is the next book that I'm reading. So the other thing I need to do is do the overall book tracker. So I think I'm going to rate this as 4 stars. I don't understand I don't like the present talking about what happened in the past. So I'm going to give it 4 stars. I just don't love it. Anyway, so I started reading this. Well, told you I was tired. I started reading it today, and I finished it today. So I am going to start the next one, which is Dark Lover, again, it's a reread, so it can't count for Herkyed, but it can count for both of the other two. It's one of my team prompts, which is to reread an old favorite, and it's the Set in a Mansion one that's going to be for the Litwits. So I'm just going to go lay in the bed and read that because I am tired. And I'm going to add the next book down here after the Body Farm, which is going to end up being An Eye for an Eye. So I'm going to get all of that entered in. I'm probably going to do that in the morning. I did go ahead and finish making my plan for tomorrow. I'm getting almost no work done on YouTube tomorrow. I'm sleeping and then I'm going to get my admin stuff done and then it's time for me to go to work. I get off at 3, but my husband and I have a meeting in town at 3:30 and then it's date night tomorrow night. So I'm leaving the house at like 9:30 in the morning and I'm not really coming back here until about 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So when I get back tomorrow night, it's going to be editing the vlog and posting the vlog for today that I've recorded today that's going up on the 4th. And then I promised my son that we would play Legendary together because his collection is now complete. So if he gets all the cards put away and gets everything ready, then we're going to play that with him. I did want to show you one thing that I did on the spreadsheet. So over here at the beginning where it says the total number of hours that the total listening, this should say hours, because it's hours of listening. I did not want to take the time every time to go, okay, that's 12 hours and 10 minutes. What decimal point is 10 minutes of 60, right? So because your minutes are 60 minutes, and so the decimal points are not going to be the same. You can't say, oh, it's 10.2 hours if it's 10 hours and 20 minutes. Like, that's not how it works. So I added a couple of little lines back here. I'm probably going to have to get out of the way. Back here at the back that just say hours and minutes. And so what I do is when I'm reading the book or when I'm putting the book in here, I say how many hours it is and how many minutes. And then over here where I have hours, back in the normal spreadsheet where she had hours, I didn't do that. I put this little formula that I'm covering up, sorry. And it just says that it is the number of minutes, the column that has the number of minutes in it, divided by 60, which gives me the decimal point, then plus the number of hours column. And so I don't have to do it on my own anymore. When I enter it in over here, so let's look at it. Patricia Cornwell is 11.55 right now because that is 11 hours and 33 minutes. So let's say it's actually 11 hours and 15 minutes. When I change that to 15 minutes, it changes my thing over here to 11.25 instead of 11.55 like it was when I had 11 hours and 33 minutes. So anyway, it just keeps me from having to do the math every time. I do not know why I didn't think about doing this before, because I used to look it up, divide it by 60, add it to the number of hours every single time. And I was like, why, if this thing can do math for me, why am I trying to do math? So anyway, I created that little, I didn't create anything. I literally just put an equation in there. So anyway, now it automatically calculates the hours to the decimal for me, and I don't have to do that. So what else? Oh, one of the things that I think I forgot to say, when you're doing the percentage thing over here, when you click on it, you need to make sure that you change it to percent. Really? I cannot get out of the way. I feel like I cannot get out of the way. Okay, up here at the top, you're going to hit the format as percent in order to get a percent. And then usually this number is a lot larger. Like I think it looks like this when you first do it. So I always hit the decrease the decimal point just because I would like to see it like that. You can leave it at 2 if you want, but I just want it at 1. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with you in case you get this really big number and you're like, what is that? I don't want to look at that big number. That's how you fix it. Okay. That's it, though. This is where I'm going to leave you for tonight. I have not read any more Herkyed, but I did finish another book today, which I was not intending to do, but it was a shorter book. So I'm definitely not trying to finish Dark Lover tomorrow, although it's not a very long book, and I've already read it once or 7 times. I used to reread this series all the time. About 15 years ago when my kids were itty bitty babies, and I don't think I've read this book in 15 years. So already getting introduced to Wrath and Beth at the very beginning, and also Darius and Tor and Butch. I was like, how have we met everybody in like the first chapter of this book? I just didn't realize how many people were already in here that are here 20 books later. Well, they're not all here 20 books later. Some of them have died. But anyway, I'm going to go upstairs and listen to this book and get ready for bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. Bye. Okay, if you stuck around after I said bye, I just realized that I have a package in the mail, and it is one of the books that I bought the other night. So when I found Q in her Herkyed thing that she did, I immediately went to her channel, and she was having a live stream that night. And so I went over, and she sent me to her website to buy her book. And so it just came with all of this stuff. Oh my gosh, let's see. Okay, first of all, there's a pin, which is great because I have a lanyard that I wear at work, and I like to have pins on it. So this is the pin. It says the Humane Society of Creatures and Cryptids, and this is the Lambros family. I have zero idea what that means. That's the name of the book, though. And there is a bookmark which says the name of the book on it as well. And then, oh my goodness, there is a very cool bear sticker. They all have that holographic looking thing. The cutest little dinosaur. That would be a dragon. I'm sorry, it's bedtime. A wolf. Oh, that's cool. See how they look? They're very cool. And her little thing, it says QWERTY. And it says writer, reader, and dork extraordinaire. I love it. It's got all of her contact stuff on the back of it. Oh my gosh. She is Stephanie and Mambo. That's the name of her bird. And then, how cool is this? It's like a giant bookmark reading list. You can put the title, date, and your rating on there. I love that. Okay, we're still not done. Do not trust the sisters in the woods. Oh gosh, look at that. Like a card about the book. The Humane Society for Creatures and Cryptids is the name of the book. And so now we get to the actual book. Oh, I saw it on her live stream, and I said, I love purple. It's my favorite color. I love it. Okay, so this is Q's book. Oh, I love how floppy it is. Okay, let me read you the cover on the back. The Lambros family, that's who our little pin is, has never fit in with the town of Pandora, even from the very beginning. Since their ancestors immigrated from Greece with magical creatures in tow, the townsfolk have never trusted them, and that hasn't changed in the centuries since. Now, okay, I don't know how to say these names. Melpomene, you have to tell me if that's right. Calliope, I know how to say that one. And Talia struggle to live their everyday lives. These are the sisters. I hope we can just call her Mel. When the new girl, Asha Singh, moves to town, everything changes. Talia, once determined to escape Pandora upon graduation, finds herself growing closer to the heiress of the new resort in town and puts her plans on hold as their relationship develops. All the while, a man has entered the grounds, sent by their mother to help prepare for the newest creature en route to the house. His intentions come into question as he tries to befriend the distrustful Calliope, whose own abilities with the animals seem something out of a fairy tale. With their mother missing, Melpomene struggles to keep the house together amidst the changes in the town, the newcomers to their lives, and the impending threat of their secret life being exposed to the community and the world. As the three sisters deal with their own personal problems, the divide between them grows wide when they need to band together the most, or else it may end with one of them in the hands of their greatest enemy. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, the little dragony thing that I call the dinosaur. Look at it right here on the cover. Also, look how cute my blue nails look with the blue on the cover. Okay, this is going to be my purple cover book. And it's also one for buying directly from the author. So I'm going to use my little bookmark and I'm going to put it in there. And then when I finish reading Arrows of the Queen that I'm reading right now, when I finish this one, I'm going to start the Humane Society. Okay, so I'm going to put my bookmark in here. Oh my gosh, she autographed it. What? Look right there. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. Stephanie, that's great. Okay, bookmark goes in here at the prologue. Oh, I cannot wait for this. I'm going to put it over here where we can see it in the background until I'm ready to read it. Let me get my new thing I made out from under it. There we go. We'll put this here since that's my current read. We'll have those there. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this. I was thinking about doing a giveaway and mailing it to one of you guys. So you let me know what you think. Should I mail this like at the end of July or something? Let me know what you think. Or maybe, because I'm planning on crocheting a bunch more like smaller things like this. So maybe I just do a giant party at the end of July and I give away all of them, everything that I've made through the month. I think that would be fun. Okay, I'm very excited about my pen to go on my thing. I don't know what in the world I'm going to do with all these stickers. I've got so many things now. I love these stickers. Okay, that's it. I'm bye for real this time. Bye.